Bisclavret by Marie de Franck. Since I am making lays, Bisclavret is one I don't want to forget. In Breton, Bisclavret's the name. Werewolf in Norman means the same. Long ago you heard the tale told, and it used to happen in days of old. Quite a few men became werewolves and set up housekeeping in the woods. A werewolf is a savage beast. While the furries on it at least eats men, wreaks evil, does no good, living and roaming in the deep wood. Now, I'll leave this topic set. I want to tell you more about Bisclavret. In Brittany there dwelt a lord. Wondrous praise of him I've heard. A handsome knight, an able man. He was and acted like a nobleman. His lord and king held him dear, and so did his neighbors far from near. He'd married a worthy woman truly, always she acted so beautifully. He loved her, she him, they loved each other. But one thing was a bother. Every week he was lost to her. For 3 whole days she didn't know what became of him, what might befall him. His people knew nothing at all. She came home to his house one day, so joyous, he was happy and gay. She began to ask him and inquire. "My lord," she said, "my friend, my dear, there is just one thing I might care to ask, but if only I might dare. But I am afraid you'll get angry. And more than anything that scares me." He hugged her when he heard all this, drew her close and gave her a kiss. "My lady, ask me now anything you want to know, but if I can, I'll tell you. Sir, by my faith, you work my cure. My lord, I'm in terror every day. Those days when you have gone away, my heart is so full of fear. I am so afraid I'll lose you, dear. If I don't get some help or some healing, I will die soon of what I'm feeling. Where do you go? You must stay. What life you live, where do you stay? Are you in love? That's it, I know. And you do wrong if this is so." "My lady," he said, "please, God above, I'll suffer great harm if I tell you. I'll drive you off right out of love. I'll lose my own self if I do." The lady heard how he refused. She was not the least amused. She brought it up again often. She would flatter him with cousin, tell him to tell her his adventure, till hiding nothing, he told her. "My lady, I turned Bisclavret. I plunge into that great forest, into the thick woods. I like it best. I live on what prey I can get." When he told her all the story, she inquired one thing more. He undressed, or what did he wear? "My lady," he said, "I go all bare." "Where are your clothes? Tell for God's sake." "My lady, I won't say this, no, for if I lost them by mistake, from what moment on I'd know. I'd stay Bisclavret forever. Nothing could help me. I'd never change back till I got them again. That's why I don't want it known." "My lord," the lady replied, it's true. More than all the world I love you. You should hide nothing from me, nor ever doubt I'm loyal in any affair. That would not seem like true friendship. How have I ever sinned? What slip makes me seem untrustworthy to you? Do what's right. Now tell me, do. She nagged him thus, and thus harassed him, till he just had to tell her at last. My lady, he said, near that wood where I come home, along that road, standing there is an old chapel, which often serves me well. The stone is hollow and wide, beneath a bush dug out inside. I put my clothes there under a bush, until I can come back into the house. The lady heard this marvel, this wonder and terror. She blushed all bright red, filled with fear by this adventure. Often and often passed through her head plans to get right out, escape, for she didn't ever want to share his bed. A knight in that country there who had loved the lady fair, begging so, praying hard, giving generously to win her regard. She had never loved him before this, nor let him think her love was his. She sent a messenger to bring him to her and told him everything. My friend, my dear, she said, be glad. You've been tormented, driven, sad, waiting, and what I'll give you today. No one will ever say you nay. I grant you my love and my body too. Take me, make me your lover, you. He thanks her very gratefully. He takes her pledge, made solemnly. She swears an oath on the engagement. Then she told him how her lord went away and what he turned into. The path he'd always taken to enter the forest. This she shows. She sent him to get his clothes. Thus was Bisclavret betrayed by his own wife Wiled. Having lost him so often, indeed, everyone generally agreed that he had finally left for good. He was looked for, inquiries pursued, but they couldn't find a trace. Finally, they closed the case. The lady's marriage was celebrated to the fellow who'd loved and waited. So a whole year matters rest, until the king went hunting one day. He went straight to the forest where Bisclavret used to stay. When the hounds were loosed and let run, they found Bisclavret. They chased him always that long day. The huntsmen and their coursing dogs till they had him almost at bay, and they would have torn him to rags, but then he picked out the king and ran there for mercy to beg. He seizes the king's stirrup ring and kisses his foot and leg. The king sees this and feels great fear. He calls all his companions over. My lords, he says, come here. Behold this marvel, see this wonder, how this beast bows down to me. Its sense is human. It begs for mercy. Drive me those dogs away again. See that no one strikes a blow. This beast understands, feels like a man. Let's get going. You're all too slow. To the beast my peace I'll grant. Now no more. I will hunt. With that, the king turns and goes. With Bisclavret follows him close. It won't escape. It stays right near. Losing him is its only fear. The king leads it back to the castle keep. It pleases him. His delight is deep, for he's never seen such a creature. He decided it's marvel of nature and treats it as a great treasure. He tells his people of his pleasure for them to take the best of care of it. Let no one harm it or dare to strike it. For love the king, it must be fed well and given drink. They're glad to care for the keep. It they're glad to care for and keep it. Every day it goes to sleep. Among the knights close to the king, every man thinks it's a precious thing, for it's so gentle, well-bred, polite. It would never do what isn't right. Wherever the king might go, it didn't want to be separated, so it went along with him constantly. That it loved him was easy to see. Now listen to what happened next. The king was holding court. He asked that all his barons attend him, those who owned their land to him, to help him hold his high feast day and see him served in a royal way. That very night came to the feast, well equipped and richly dressed. Who had married Bisclavet's wife, he never thought nor reckoned to find him so close in his life. He came to the palace the second that Bisclavet saw him standing around. He made for him with a single bound, bit into him, and dragged him off. He would have treated him very rough if the king hadn't called him back and threatened him with a stick. He tried to bite him twice before night. Many folks were amazed at the sight, for never had he acted this way to any man he'd seen until this day. All those of the house insist that there must be a reason he's doing this. He's hurt him, gave him some offense, for he'd be glad to take vengeance. This time he let it drop until the feast has broken up, and the lords take leave. Each baron returns to his home. One by one the night has left, I happen to know. Among the very first to go, he whom Bisclavret attacked. He hates him, not a surprising fact. Some time later, not very long, I think, unless I heard it wrong, the king went riding in the wood, that courteous king, so wise and good. In the wood where they found Bisclavret, and he had come along with him at night time to retire for the day. In the country lodging he stay. Bisclavet's wife knew it. She dressed herself in attractive best. Next day, to go speak to the king, sent him a gift, some costly thing. When Bisclavret saw her entrance, no man could have held him back. He ran like mad to attack. Listen now to the fine vengeance. He tore her nose right off her face. Could anything be worse than this? Now they surrounded him in that palace. They're ready to cut him into pieces. When a wise fellow tells the kings, "My lord," he says, "hear what I say. It's best with you this beast has living. It's best this beast's been living, and every one of us here today has watched him a long time. Beside him, we've traveled far and wide. He's never before hurt anyone or shown a criminal disposition, except to this lady you see here. By faith I owe you, it's clear. He holds some grudge or another against her and her lord together. This is the wife of that knight who used to be so dear to you, who was lost such a long time ago. What happened to him we don't know." Now try this lady with some torture and see if she doesn't have more to tell you while the beast hates her. If she knows, make her say it. Many strange things will occur in Brittany early and late. With this advice the king agrees. Once on the one hand the knight they seize, the lady's taken on the other, the seriously made to suffer. From the pain just much as from fear, she told him her lord's whole affair, how she betrayed him, she said, and taken away the clothes that he shed. The adventure he told so she'd know what he became and where he'd go. Since she'd stolen all his linen, but his lands he had not been seen. But she believed her mind was set. The beast was indeed Bisclavret. The king wants the clothes on the spot, whether the lady wants to or not. She has them brought back out and given to Bisclavret. They set them down in front of his nose, but Bisclavret ignores the clothes. That wise fellow speaks to the king, who'd given the others advice too. Sire, you're doing the wrong thing. He will never make the least move to get dressed in front of you and change the form of a beast. This is terrible. You don't know. Something he's far too ashamed to show. Have him taken to your room and his lost clothes brought with him. A good long time leave him alone. We'll see if he becomes a man. The king himself took Bisclavret inside and closed all the doors tight. He returned when the time was done. He brought along 2 barons, not one. They entered the chamber, all 3. On the king's royal bed they see lying fast asleep the night. The king ran to hug him tight. He kissed him 100 times that day. When he catches his breath, he hands him back all of his fiefs and lands, and more presents than I will say. The lady now they will expel from that realm. The lady now they will expel from that realm from that time forward. He goes with her as well, for whom she betrayed her lord. She'd plenty of children grown. They were all of them quite well known by their looks, their facial assembly. More than one woman of that family was born without a nose to blow, and lived den-nosed. It's true. It's so. The adventure you have heard is true. Don't doubt a single word of Bisclavret. They made the lay to remember forever and a day. That was Bisclavret by Marie de France. Thank you.